I watched Mid90's by Jonah Hill. It's a work of art, really. I wasn't sure what to expect. I did watch the trailer. This movie could be anything. It didn't have like a lot of marketing money behind it, I don't think, because it's not being promoted like all the other movies that's come out. So I was like, yeah, I want to watch that. But I thought the time to watch it in the cinema had passed. It came up again on my Instagram. And I was like, yeah, I actually do want to watch that. But then I looked at my local cinema. I wasn't at the local Odeon, so I was like, where can I watch it? So the nearest Odeon, because I got my Limitless back, get down. You could still watch it in Wimbledon. It's quite limited, actually, like the places that you can watch it. I knew that it was a small kind of indie-ish movie. I rode down to Wimbledon on my bike. It went in. I was like, all right, ready. I saw the film start and it was like, oh, this is grainy. It looks like a shot on film. The dimensions are like 4:3 aspect ratio square. This is gonna be like some arty film. And then it starts and you're like, whoa. The beginning of the movie, the older brother is just pummeling the kid. Like, you're just like, wow, why is he just beating on his brother like that? It's a bit much. The way his brother beats him up and you hear the sound of the cinema, it's just like, and you're like, ooh, like, bit harsh. Like, if you had a younger brother, why would you beat them up so badly? There's probably like a 5-year age gap, or maybe even 6 years or something, and he's just beating him down like that. You're just like, nah, that's life, isn't it? If you don't know, it's about skaters, and it is set in the 90s or mid-90s, but like, that's just the backdrop. Those are all like little things, just the backdrop to it. And it's got a heavy like hip-hop soundtrack as well. Like, I'm not a big hip-hop head, but like, I'm sure if I was like a massive hip-hop head, you would be like, yeah, it gave it like that kind of feel. Like, you're like, yeah, like it's got that kind of vibe. Not like a hip-hop nerd like that knows everything. I was saying to my brother when I came back from the cinema, that kind of reminds me of like a mix of Dazed and Confused. He hasn't seen it though. And then Alpha Dog, but it has that similar feel, like kind of hangout feel. It's really raw. Like, it's not PG-13, I'll tell you that much. 12A, whatever you want to call it. So you have to be ready for that. All the themes like mixed together, the hip-hop, the skating. It's about life, growing up, about loads of different things, about being an outcast, finding your friends. You feel like you're with the character like all the way through. You feel like you enter that world. One of the kids, he's just a little like, you're just like, you're a little scumbag. Yeah, there's lots of good little bits in there, but you're fully engrossed. It's like the dialogue as well. If you watch it, you'll be like, Jonah Hill wrote this? Like, oh, there's like, it's pretty raw. Like when they're playing the game of like, would you rather, just like the standard vernacular. It's not pretty, you know what I mean? It's street and raw. It's got like a really real kind of feeling to it. Almost like a documentary in some ways. It's got a lot of good themes in there. And there's little funny bits. I think the kid is like, oh yeah, I really appreciate you, to the other kid. And he's like, don't say that. That's gay. Like, that's like some stuff, yeah. The guy who looks up to gives her the skateboard and he's like, oh, can I say thank you? And he's like, why wouldn't you be able to say thank you? Like, different things that people pick up. It's a unique film. That's what is great about it. Like, and a unique film, it trumps everything. Like, no matter what comes out, it's a unique piece of work. Like, you can tell that someone who loves film, who likes movies, it's just done in a really artistic way. And I just feel like it's a good film and you should watch it. But it is raw. It's got a lot of swearing, R-rated language, substance abuse, like all that kind of stuff. So be warned. It takes you into a world. What a film is supposed to do is to transport you into a world that you're uncomfortable with or unfamiliar with and throw you into something, which it did. Like little things as you're growing up, because nothing's like PC growing up. Like, everything is PC now, but like when you're growing up, like, people say the worst things in the world. I said a lot of bad things. Yeah, to see it is really good. Like, and the car crash scene, I like the way they did that. Like, the editing on that takes you by surprise, and everyone's like, what is going on in the cinema? Like, because you don't really see car crashes like that. It was just like a blink of an eye over. That was really good. But like the music, the way it's filmed, like the whole vibe of it is like a real vibey movie, like a hangout movie. It's a short movie. It feels longer, but not in a bad way. So it's got that breathing room, it feels. But it's like 1 hour, 20 minutes or something. So it's not long. It feels like it's got space to breathe. I feel like it came from Jonah Hill's heart. I like Jonah Hill. All the films that he's done, from 40-Year-Old Virgin to Superbad to Wolf of Wall Street to 21 Jump Street. He's had such a good career, and I feel like this is such a good like movie for him. And then I did watch the interview that he did on The Breakfast Club. And I like that interview because it feels like he's so passionate about his movie. He made the movie that he wanted to make. He spent time when he did over 20 drafts drafts or something. I like that, like, because he put like so much work into it. But I didn't look at any interviews before. I just looked at the interviews after, and I was like, wow, like, he actually like took it seriously. How he incorporated the stories of his cast into the movie and stuff like that. So I was like really like, wow, I got a lot of respect for Jonah Hill. But I didn't watch it before because I didn't want it to influence me on what I thought about the film, because it would make me like, it would make me like it even more before like even just judging it as a film on its own. I really like the film. It's like got really good stuff in there. It's like really well put together, well shot. It's a work of art. If you don't like stuff that's pretty raw, then I wouldn't watch it. If you can handle the vulgarities that are in there, then I feel like you'll be okay. But it's a good movie, like well put together. It's a film all its own, really. That's what I like about it. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. So good movie, like, you should watch it. That's going to be like one of my favorite movies of the year, to be honest. Other things I've seen hasn't really come close. I feel like it's a good watch. There goes the siren, so that's me. I'm gone. Peace.